The video lecture is all about addressing diversity through the years, special and inclusive education. When we talk about diversity, diversity is interconnected with the word disability. And sometimes disability can cause discrimination. To deal with this discrimination, we have these models of disability. These models exist to provide or give us informations or knowledge about what really is disability without judgments and with fairness. So in other terms, or in other words, these models will give advantage to those persons that such have disabilities. It helps them to deal with this diversity. The first model is the moral or the religious model. This model sees disability as a blessing or as a curse. For an example, we people sometimes tend to think that a person or that person is maybe disabled because of her sins or because of her attitude. And that belief of us can make that person or can cause that person or to the people involved to that person feel isolated or feel different. In other hand, about blessing, sometimes people think that a disability or that such disability is a blessing. And that is all about the first model. The second model is the biomedical or the individual model. This model sees disability as a medical problems or such a failure or defect of a body system. This model says that the goal of intervention are cure. And with this, PWDs or persons with disabilities are required or expected to avail the services that is offered to them for their own good or for their rehabilitation. The third model is the functional or the rehabilitation model. Yes, it is quite similar to the previous model or the biomedical model. But this model sees PWDs as having deficits. It was indicated in this model that in an educational setting, such a student that have a disability are advised to transfer to another school for a more specialized education, and it constantly put PWDs at a disadvantages because with this they will feel different or they will feel isolated. The fourth model is the social model. This model is all about how the society sees individual. For an example, a Filipino person is raised in another country or other countries. A person is raised in America. His exposure to Americans will strongly influence the way of life of that person. And sometimes we tend to be like discriminating them or giving judgments to them. As I repeat, the fourth model is all about how society sees individual. And the last model is the rights-based model or the twin track approach. This model is all about the duty bearers such as parents, teachers, and the government. This model sees the child as a rights holder. And that is all about the five models. Before I will end this reflection, I just want to give my realizations in the video lecture. Regardless of those models, it is always on us how we are going to address or how we are going to accept disability.